Hello, welcome. Today's class is going to be all about opening up tight hips, tight hamstrings, and tight feet. I think the feet is often a body part that is overlooked and is super important to release all the tension from the rest of the body because the feet are the foundation. So whenever you're ready, come meet me on your mat. We're gonna start lying down on our backs. So whenever you're ready and you're on your back, you're gonna have your knees bent, feet wide, and the knees knocking in towards one another. You'll place your hands on the belly, close down the eyes, and we'll start with just a few mindful moments of deep breathing. And so through your nose, you'll take a long and slow inhale. Let a sigh breath out the mouth. And one more like that. Inflate the belly, lungs, and chest. And release out the mouth. Start to cycle your breath in and out through your nose. Feeling the feedback and the motion of your breath through the belly against the palms of your hands. Breathe into that space. Directing your breath and your energy to the center core of your body. And then we'll take the arms out wide to the side. You can do a T or a cactus shape depending on how much space you have. Heel toe the feet a little bit closer together so that the knees can stack on top of your hips. And then through an exhale, just drop your knees over to the right hand side. And through an inhale, lift them through center and knock them to the left. And then you'll continue this windshield wipe from side to side, using your breath to guide the movement along the way. Every time you exhale, the knees drop. Every time you inhale, they lift through center. And so that might mean the pace of the movement just slows down more. And I want you to just feel this gentle massage on the outer hips, that sweet twist and rotation of the spine. Feeling the weight of the legs knocking from side to side. You'll just do one more full cycle like that. Even yourself out. And then you'll bring both knees back up to center, feet flat on the floor. You're then going to bring your right knee in towards your chest, hug your shin towards you, and you can keep your left foot on the ground just for now. Take a big belly breath in. Elongate the breath out. And then you're going to straighten your right leg, send the heel of your right foot towards the ceiling, grab on to the back of your hamstring or calf, really wherever the hands end up. And you can keep your left foot, left knee bent to keep the low back flat, neck and shoulders relaxed. I want you to flex your right foot quite a bit. So energetically bring your big toe towards your nose as you press out through the heel of your right foot to the ceiling. You'll keep a bit of activation in the right leg, pulling the kneecap up. And then you're going to start to point and flex the right foot. So point the toes to the ceiling, flex the toes towards your nose. You'll do 5. So for 4, find that pause between each movement for 3. Point and flex for 2. Last 1. Hold the flexed foot and start to roll your ankle 5 times one way. 2, 3, slow and controlled. 4, 5, and then just change that direction. 1, slow and controlled. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pull your toes towards your nose. Take one big breath in. And as you exhale, lift your head and shoulders from the mat. Bring your knee or your nose towards your knee and point the elbows to the sides of the space. You're just kind of crunching and lifting yourself up. You have one breath in right here. And then you'll slowly release down. Bend your right knee, hug your right knee towards your belly. Breathe in. And release right foot to floor. Switch sides, left knee towards your chest, hug the shin towards you. Take a big belly breath in. Long breath out. Straighten your left leg, send the heel of your left foot to the ceiling, grab onto the back of your left leg wherever you can. You want to keep head and shoulders grounded, so if that means having the hands closer to the hamstring, that's perfect. Start here by flexing your left toes towards your nose. Press your left heel away from you. Activate the straightened leg by pulling the kneecap up slightly. We'll start to point and flex your left foot. So send the toes to the ceiling. Flex the toes towards your nose. For 4, point and flex. Really slowing this down. Find the pause between each point and flex. For 3. For 2, feel the stretch on the front of the shin when you point and the stretch on the back of the calf. Last 1. Keep the flex and start to roll your ankle for 5. 4, try and spread the toes out. 3, 2, feel the sensation migrate. Last 1, switch directions. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Flex the toes down towards your nose. Take a breath in. As you exhale, lift your head and shoulders from the mat. Bring your nose to your knee. Elbows point to the sides of the space. And you're holding here for 1 breath in. And release head and shoulders down. Breathe out. Bend your left knee. Hug your shin. Take 1 breath in here. Release. Good. Just take a moment to feel that between the sides. Feel the balance in the body. And then you can choose either a rock and roll up your spine or just roll over to a fetal position and press your way up. But you're going to eventually meet in tabletop position. If you're rocking and rolling, take about 3 or 4 so you can really massage the spine. And then eventually you'll come up all 4s, hands and knees. A few flushes through cat and cow. So an inhale, arch your spine, lift your chin up. Exhale, round your spine, plug your hands down. Continue like so. Inhale, belly to floor. Exhale, round. And of course, if there's any other movement you want to take along the way in this cat-cow, feel free. Sometimes I like to wag my tail left and right, look over one shoulder and then the other. Just find a bit more free flow of movement. Being mindful of how your breath carries it along the way. 1 more cycle. Good. Return back to a long and neutral spine. You're going to step your right foot back with the right toes tucked under. And then you're just going to rock forward and back. So shoulders past the fingertips, roll to the toes. Press your right heel back, flex into the right foot. And then for 4, lean forward and rock back. And every time you rock back, you feel that stretch through your calf. And again, you're moving slow, taking that pause between each one. Last one here. You're going to pause when you push your right heel back again, and then you're going to start some ankle circles. So rolling over the right toes, rolling your heel around, just whatever direction you want to start in. Do 3 this way, and then go 3 the other way, rolling all the way over the toenails. The heel circles above your toes. You're getting a lot of ankle mobility here. Good. Again, pause, pressing your right heel back, toes still tucked under. Tuck your left toes under, and then lift your left knee off the mat for a calf stretch. Bum to the air, right heel falls to the floor. Stretch out through the right leg to start, and then bend your right knee to get into the Achilles. And then you'll, again, migrate between that straight leg and bent knee just a few times. Notice how sensation changes, more from the calf to the Achilles. One more. Good. And then slowly you're going to place your left knee to the ground. And then you're going to be taking your right shin into your left calf. So you're kind of crossing your right ankle on, or right shin on top of your left calf. And then you're just going to sit your bum back towards your heels, and it becomes a bit of a calf massage with the bony shin of the right leg into that belly of the muscle of your left calf. And you might rock from side to side. It's okay if this is quite tender. Go easy. Give yourself some gentle approaches. You might migrate the right shin either further up or further down the left calf, depending on how this feels for you. Remember to breathe and relax the jaw. Just really getting into that deep muscle. Ouchie. Okay, and then slowly you're gonna come up to all fours, and then you're gonna step your right foot underneath you, and you're gonna sit your bum towards your heel, so your right foot is tucked in right beside your left knee. And again, it becomes a bit of an Achilles calf stretch, so you're just gonna lean forward. Try and keep your right heel really grounded to the floor. And just find the calf opening. Again, I kind of like to pulse sometimes. Maybe it's better to just stay static. Wherever you are, just breathe slow. Okay, and then again, we will release, bring both hands forward, step your right knee underneath you. Let's switch sides. So your left foot steps back, left toes are tucked under, and you just start with that rock forward to the toes and the rock back, press your heel back. And that's just 5. So for 4 to the toes, press the heel back, bring your breath with you, pause every time. For 3, pause as you push back. For 2, last 1. Pause as you push the heel back, start those ankle circles, roll over the toes, roll the entire ankle out. 2 more this direction. And then change the direction the heel rotates around the toes. Again, don't think about it too much. It's just really getting into that ankle mobility. Okay, you'll pause with the toes tucked, left heel pushing back. Tuck your right toes under. Lift your right knee off the mat. Bring into that calf stretch of the left leg, bum to the air. Let the left heel sink down towards the floor. Keep the left leg straight and long just for now. Feel the stretch through the calf muscle. And then bend your left knee to get more into the Achilles. And then again, you can kind of pulse it out between that straight leg and bent knee. Just feeling the weight of the left heel to the ground. That really nice release up the entire back line of the left leg. Okay, and then slowly let's release right knee back down. And this time you're taking your left shin into your right calf. So you're just gonna cross your left shin on top of the right calf. You'll sit your bum back towards your heel. Find that sweet, juicy spot of sensation. Just go easy. You don't have to bear all the weight on yourself. It might even feel nice to take the elbows to the ground if your wrists are getting tired. And then you'll just kind of rock from side to side, using the bone of the left shin to really release any tightness from the right calf. And once you've kind of worked through one area, ooh, ouch, maybe you move down the the calf a bit more. You move up towards the back of the knee. Oh, again, not an area that I tend to focus on a lot, but I feel like when we get into our feet and our calves, it really helps to release the rest of the tightness from the hips and our back and our hamstrings. There's so many different pressure points in the feet. Lots of different veins and blood flow and tendons that all come down this back line of the body. Okay, let's release that. And then, as you come back to tabletop position, you're going to be stepping your left foot beside your right knee, and you turn again into another Achilles stretch. So you sit your bum towards your right heel, and you just feel the left heel really firm to the ground. Your left heel is not lifted, and you're leaning forward, so the left knee is probably past the left toes, and then you're just finding the stretch through the Achilles, through the calf. Good. Slowly, let's come back forward, hands forward, left knee steps down. This time, you're going to tuck both of your toes under. Toe stretch, you're going to sit your bum back towards your heels, and you might just keep the hands onto the ground. This might be enough for you. Just make sure you untuck your pinky toes. Don't let them get lost back behind you. If you feel like you still have space, raise the chest up, hands on thighs, and then you have a long spine of the head stacked over the shoulders, stacked over the hips. Close your eyes and bring some long and slow breaths into this shape. See if you can breathe into the soles of the feet. I kind of like to bring my heels and slide them forward, keep the heels close together, and you'll feel this really nice opening from the toes to the soles of the feet, through the arches of the feet. Of course, if it gets to be too much, just find a degree of the shape that feels more sustainable, a degree of the shape that you can breathe well in. Good. Slowly release. You can come forward, hands and knees. You can point the toes and just kind of tap the tops of the feet to the ground. And then we're going to come sit on our bums. So bum up to the ground, legs forward. This one might be a weird one, but stay with me. You're going to bend your left knee in. And then you're going to grab onto your right foot. You're going to be taking your fingers in between your toes. I know, it sounds weird, but trust me. Index finger starts, and then just kind of see if you can slide the fingers in between each individual toe. It's probably going to feel a little bit tight, but our feet are normally crammed into socks and shoes all day, and it's so important to have the toes spread away from one another, releasing all of the fascia from the feet. And then you're just kind of holding that spread toe position. You can hold your right shin in your right hand and then just rock your right knee from side to side as you keep holding the right foot. And you're just releasing the right hip here, kind of like you're rocking a baby. I find it's my pinky toe that tends to be the tightest and probably the most uncomfortable when I do this. That means I need it more. Okay, slowly we can let that rock go, release the fingers from in between the toes, wiggle that out, and we'll switch sides. So you use your right hand, the right fingers, to go between each individual toe. Help it out if you need. Try and go all the way down to the very crease of the toes. Feel that spread of the foot. Lots of fascia being released when you do this. Again, lots of pressure points in the feet that really help to create a release up the back line of the legs and helps to release tension from the hips and the back. You're gonna hold your left shin like a baby, and then you'll just kind of rock side to side. Whew, ouchie. Don't worry, I'll wash your hands after this. Lovely. Okay, and then you can slowly let that go, let the feet go. Couple more shapes here. Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet are gonna come together and the knees are gonna fall open. You can inch your bum in towards your heels and then place your hands on the soles of the feet like you're opening a book. You're gonna hinge from your hips, your elbows are gonna come to your inner thighs to help open the knees. Letting the outer legs, outer knees fall down towards the floor. And then with your hands on the feet, you're going to use your thumbs to give the soles of the feet a massage. Starting with the arches of the feet, you'll just kind of press and slide. Again, it doesn't really need to be any certain way. You're going to follow the sensation of where you're going to need it most. Try and migrate the thumbs underneath the big toe mound of the feet. Again, you can kind of squeeze each toe, giving each toe some love, feeling all of that pressure release from the soles of the feet. You might even spread the toes back towards you. Massage the arches, the heels, the balls of the feet. I really like to get to like the center of the foot, underneath kind of the third toe. Beautiful. Okay. Release the massage and just take one more exhale, hinge and fold a little bit deeper. Let the back of the neck be long. And then slowly let's lift head and chest up. You're going to help the knees close together. A final twist. You're going to tuck your left foot under your right leg. Your right heel tucks in close towards you. Hug your shin towards you for a long spine. And then as you exhale, you're going to twist to the right. Place your right hand behind you. Wrap your left arm over your right shin. And then revolve the gaze behind you past the right shoulder. Find your breath moving low into the belly and use the mechanics of the breath to soften into the twist a little bit further. So breathing in, you find a long spine. And breathing out, you twist, soften the belly. One more inhale. Full exhale. Inhale, gaze looks forward. Breathe out, unravel the twist. Okay, and then switch sides. You can step your left foot forward. Tuck your right foot under left leg and bring your left heel closer towards you. Left hand behind you, twist to the left, wrap your right arm over your shin, gaze over the left shoulder. Find your breath. Soften into the shape, soften your gaze, relax the jaw. Keep both bum cheeks grounded. Last exhale. Breathe in, gaze looks forward. Breathe out, unwind your twist. Step your right foot in front of you. One last shape just to neutral everything out. Legs will be straight and long. Flex the toes up towards the ceiling. Inhale, arms sweep over your head. Exhale, forward fold. Reach out in front of you. Your hands can be on the shins, the ankles, the feet, really wherever feels good. If you have the feet, you might press the fingers into the soles of the feet again if you liked that massage sensation. If this feels really tight for you, bend your knees more and dig your heels down into the ground. Good. Slowly, we'll walk the hands in, lift the chest up. A mindful moment to close our practice. You can just cross your legs. Place your hands on your belly and your chest. Breathe into the parts that you can touch. Once again, feeling the steadiness of the mind, letting the breath occupy a bit more space between the thoughts. Feel the balance of your body, everything returning to your center. And with a final breath in, take it all in, and sigh a breath out the mouth. Thank you so much for joining me for practice today. Let me know what you think. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel. I'll be sharing lots of different at-home yoga practices. And I hope to see you very soon. Thank you so much.